Rolling sulphurous wastelands stretch across the Crystal Desert, a land wrecked from conflict ages past, now haunted by the memories of demons and old gods. Amongst the sand, magic lingers, evil and maleficent, waiting for its chance to strike. But also from this land comes something good, as the forces of the desolation can be moulded into one of the many mounts of Bellona, the Jackal. Jackals are formed from the elemental sand and wind of the desert, shaped and contained by the magic of the Djinn. From their enclave floating above the desolation, the Djinn work to cleanse the wastes from tormented magic. This magic originated from entities called the Morganites. Once human, they had been transformed into demonic beings in their servitude to their god Abaddon. Infamous for both his deeds and those that he inspired, Abaddon was one of the original 6 human gods. Having dominion over knowledge and water, he was known as the Keeper of Secrets, and was instrumental in giving the gift of magic to the mortal races. When the other gods decided to revoke their gift, Abaddon protested, and was eventually banished into the realm of torment by the other gods, who were keen to stop his influence from spreading. This realm lies in the mists, and is where individuals of evil and corruption are banished for eternity. As part of their service, the Morganites sought to bring about nightfall, which was the release of Abaddon from this prison in the mists. The event would turn Tyria into a realm more akin to the realm of torment, plunging it into darkness and releasing the twisted creatures that existed there. Around 1075 AE, the god's plans were finally thwarted, as members of the Order of Sunspears and Order of Whispers entered the realm of torment and defeated him. Since the defeat of Abaddon and his servants, all that remains of the Morganites are the twisted remnants we see here. Abaddon's magic left by their presence has seeped into the desert, eventually coalescing into these twisting plumes. The Djinn take the chunks of ore and rock from defeated remnants and forge them into runes, which tame the errant sand and maintain the Jackal's desired form. The rune forgers have a dangerous and time-consuming role, and are often overcome by exhaustion as they work. Once formed, the Jackals are still not yet safe to ride. The magic within them is driven, and tries at any opportunity to carry out the wishes of its former dangerous hosts. The Djinn comment that without proper training, the Jackals will try to bring about nightfall again. Training takes a few forms, from magical to physical. Djinn channel their magic through them to determine how corrupted the Jackals are. Depending on where the magic that imbued the Jackals was found, makes the resulting creature easy to tame or headstrong and willful. Where the magic has been roiling in the desert for too long, the animosity contained within is simply too forceful to be redeemed, though it is quite rare for a Djinn to disperse the Jackals once they are formed. Whether from a practical standpoint, because it takes a large amount of resources and energy to create Jackals, or an empathetic one, many trainers believe even a sliver of potential in a twisted Jackal can make for a tamed mount, though they do not harbour any illusions as to the degree of work that it takes to turn the Jackal's inclinations away from violence. Physical training involves adventurers working with the Jackals to trust their rider and use their skills for good. Once a rider has gained enough skill riding raptors, springers or skimmers, they are deemed to have enough experience to attempt riding Jackals. Because the Jackals contain strong malevolent magic and are themselves constructs rather than creatures of flesh and blood, they take more effort to learn how to train, but the trade-off is a set of unique skills. Jackal's ephemeral form allows them to disperse into a cloud of sand, springing forwards. These blinks cover ground quickly and also make it far harder for the Jackal and rider to be struck by enemies. The sand also forms a damage-reducing barrier around allies, protecting them in combat, which makes the Jackal a powerful mount for traversing the desert. Not only can Jackals blink, but they can traverse portals made of sand scattered across the desert. These portals are windows to the mists. Because Jackals are attuned to the realm of torment, they can pass through them, reappearing an instant later, great distances away. Because of these skills, Jackals are used to collect valuable intelligence on exploits of the Forged in the desert. The Forged are formidable, quick and strong enemies that build new Forged to bolster their numbers in great furnaces, melding souls with metal to create their forms. They have also created portals into the realm of torment at places such as the Ruptured Heart, through which they can move and rearrange their forces on the battlefield. With their links to this realm, the Jackal can easily get close and gather items, sulphur samples from the crater to assess magic levels, and even relics such as pristine forged armour, which means the Djinn and allies have the upper hand when it comes to combating these enemies in the future, figuring out their strengths and weaknesses. In essence, Jackals are as tumultuous and dangerous as the wastes that they are formed in. But, given enough effort and time, they become one of the more useful mounts on Tyria. From careening above the desert on sparkling sand pathways to darting through the territories of Warforged, no doubt a tenacious adventurer will find a steadfast companion in a Jackal.